Good evening, YouTube. Good evening, Greater Columbus area, and welcome into the Columbus Civic Center, where for the first time ever, we can say you're watching a Columbus River Dragons broadcast. Out come a couple of goalies, out come the rest of the players. We are ready for our training camp scrimmage finale, as 34 different players are attempting to crack the initial Columbus River Dragons roster. Of course, opening night here in the Civic Center won't be till week 2 of the FPHL season. That's on November 1st, October 25th, just about a week or so away. Hi, everybody. I'm Zach DeBozart, the voice of your River Dragons. It's been a long and crazy and frantic offseason, but here we are finally starting to see it pay off. Guys are on the ice looking to make this team, and whoever makes it will make the long trek up to Delaware, Harrington, Delaware, to be specific, and meet up with the Delaware Thunder, a fellow expansion team in the FPHL. For those of you who might be listening in and wondering what exactly is the FPHL, it is a 10-team, single-A unaffiliated hockey league. Your Columbus River Dragons and the Delaware Thunder, as we previously mentioned, 2 of the 4 expansion teams this season, the Danbury Hat-Tricks, located in Connecticut, and the Battle Creek Rumblebees in Battle Creek, Michigan, make up the 4 new teams to combine with the current reigning champions of the FPHL, the Carolina Thunderbirds in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the Watertown Wolves in Watertown, New York. Also in New York State, the Elmira Enforcers. Battle Creek Rumblebees also have an in-state partner. Port Huron, Michigan sees the Port Huron Prowlers. And then staying in the Midwest, we've got the Mentor Icebreakers out of Mentor, Ohio, and the Danville Dashers out of Danville, Illinois. We'll be hoping to be joined by President and GM Scott Brand at some point during this broadcast tonight. He'll be on a couple of different color commentary spurts with me throughout the season. And it's going to be a lot of fun calling a brand new hockey team for a market that has been absolutely starved for hockey these last 2 years when the Cottonmouths folded and disappeared from the area in 2017. Tonight in front of you, we do have our black-gray game. This is our training camp on ice finale. Of course, evaluations still go on through Sunday, and midweek next week we'll have the final roster set, and we'll know who will be traveling to Harrington, Delaware as part of the season opener to take on the Delaware Thunder. Of course, everybody in the Columbus area anxiously anticipating and excited for November 1st when your River Dragons take on the Elmira Enforcers in the first ever game for the River Dragons on home ice, and to signify that hockey is back in Columbus, Georgia. Taking a look at the rosters, again, 34 guys on the ice here tonight. We got 3 goalies, 31 skaters. Those are broken up into about 21 or so forwards and 10 or so D-man. We'll start with the black team first. And this is just a generic line combinations as set by head coach Gary Gill and VP of Hockey Relations Jerome Beachard. Those two created the training camp roster, sort of broke the guys up into how we wanted to evaluate them. Doesn't matter if you're on black or gray. There are guys that are going to make it from both of these teams, and the skill level should be pretty equal as they've been balancing the teams all camp long. But looking at the black team first, on the top line currently today, we see Chase Fallis will be wearing the number 12. Ivan Bondarenko on his left wearing the number 4, and Jay Krupp wearing the number 2 will be on the right. Jake Howie will center up black team's second line. He's wearing number 9. On his left, number 8, Jagger Williamson. And on the right, number 15, Zach Pease. And then the third line, we'll see a shifting wing on the right side of number 5, Cody Oakes, and number 7, Jay Clark. Number 17, Sage Citrone will center up the third line for Team Black. And Austin Weber rounds out the forwards for Team Black. He's wearing the number 3. Defense for Team Black, they've got 5 of them. Number 18, Rowan Loeid. Number 14, Edgars Ozelins. Number 10, Seth Gustin, number 16, Gino Mini, and number 13, Mark Steele. And Team Black does have 2 goalies that I believe will be splitting time tonight. Number 1, Jared Rutledge, and number 30, Travis Ridgen. Though I think we can see down looking to our right that Ridgen might be wearing number 31. He'll be in the blue pads, whereas Rutledge will be in the white pads for those of you watching along with us on YouTube. Heading over to the gray team now, we take a look at their forwards. They're very forward heavy. They have 11 forwards as opposed to Black's 10, but that's only because they have 1 goalie. We'll get to that in a second. Team Gray's top line is listed by Beachard and Gill. Starts with Will Laporte, at center wearing the number 8. Jimmy Philbin is on the left wearing number 12, and Jack Chudley wearing the number 10 will be on the right. Second line, Tim Santopoulo is wearing number 2, and he's in the middle with one of his teammates from last season in Watertown, number 7, Yanni Liarakos. Those two had quite a nice combination in the latter parts of last season. Yanni Liarakos left Port Huron to go to Hungary and then was traded to Watertown when he came back to America. And Liarakos and Santopoulo built a chemistry up, and now they're hoping to continue that success here in Columbus. Rounding out their line on the right side is number 13, Chad Herron. The third line will feature MJ Graham in the middle wearing number 11, Colin Chemeka on his left wearing number 5, and Connor Taggart wearing number 6 on the right. 2 extra forwards on the gray side, number 20, Mike Thomas, and number 9, Sam Halechsi. The defense for Team Gray, much like Team Black, they'll be rolling 5 defense. You'll see shifting pairs all throughout the night. Number 14, Yuri Peshtuka. Number 17, John Evans. Number 6, Brent Menton. Number 15, Ethan Anderson. And number 16, Garrett Johnson. And the one goalie for Team Gray wearing the number 1 will be Rylan Pashevitz. And Pashevitz, as we look to our left, he's being warmed up. Might not be able to see from as high up as we are, but he's got his full Arizona State gear. The young man graduated last year and is looking to make his mark as a pro starting in the FPHL. He's got that Sun Devil look in the pads and the blocker and the mask. So Rylan Pashevitz, an NCAA D1 product here in Columbus River Dragons camp. Those are your rosters for tonight's action. We're going to take a quick break, get our notes in order, and get ready for puck drop of River Dragons Open Scrimmage here on the Columbus River Dragons YouTube page. Back here at the Columbus Civic Center, Columbus River Dragons training camp is wrapping up tonight in terms of on-ice activities with the gray-black scrimmage that is open to the public. Nice little smattering of people have been coming in despite a tropical storm rolling through the area. Of course, as many know, here in the southeast, hurricane season should be pretty much near its end, so you're seeing some of the weaker storms if they do make landfall. And, well, it's been raining all day today in western Georgia, but that has not stopped the true hockey diehards who are here over on the east side of the building. You'll see them occasionally throughout. Plenty of season ticket holders, people just interested in hockey, coming back to the area after the Cottonmouth's 20-year reign in this city ended in 2017. And while people were not happy to see it go, they sorely missed it over the 2 years, and now very excited to welcome in the River Dragons for their inaugural season 2019-2020 in the FPHL. Of course, after tonight, VP of Hockey Relations Jerome Beechard and head coach Gary Gill will have to sort through all the performances of the last 3 days, figure out who is strong enough to make the team, and who is going to be sent home, or maybe perhaps sent to another team in the FPHL. We're not the only game that's going on, despite our inter-squad scrimmage. The Watertown Wolves and the Elmira Enforcers are playing a little Battle of New York in the preseason. They'll see plenty of each other being so close to one another, but they get relations started early. That'll be a 7:30 puck drop Eastern time, so about an hour and a half away from what would be Watertown's second preseason game Elmira's first preseason game. Watertown played last night against the Delaware Thunder, the team the Columbus River Dragons opened up with first. Watertown won that game on home ice handily, 6-1. Of course, preseason games, you're looking to see who's got the grit, who's got the effort, who wants it more to make a professional hockey roster here in the FPHL. Warm-ups are winding down. Just to give you an overview once again of the two teams' rosters here tonight. Starting in goal for Gray, we know for sure will be Rylan Pashevitz. The Gray team only has one goalie. The Black team will be splitting between two goalies, number 1 Jared Rutledge and number 30 Travis Ridgen. Black centers down the line go Chase Follis, Jake Howie, and Sage Citrone. Winger pairs, Ivan Bondarenko and Jay Krupp, Jagger Williamson and Zach Pease, and Austin Weber with a split pairing of Cody Oakes and Jay Clark. Team Gray's forwards, Will Laporte, Tim Santopalo, and MJ Graham down the middle. Jimmy Philbin and Jack Chudley on one wing set. Yanni Lirakos, Chad Herron on another. Colin Chemeka and Connor Taggart on the third. Two extra forwards on Team Gray. That'll be Mike Thomas and Sam Halecki. The defenders in this game, there are 10 in camp. They were split up 5 apiece. Black's defenders in no particular order, Rowan Lougheed, Edgars Ozelinch, Seth Gustin, Gino Mini, and Mark Steele. And the defense for Team Gray, Yuri Peshtuka, John Evans, Brent Menton, Ethan Anderson, and Garrett Johnson. Once again, everyone, welcome into the Columbus River Dragons YouTube page. I'm Zach DeBozart, the voice of the River Dragons. We'll be hoping to hear from President and General Manager Scott Brand, if he makes his way up here at some point during this broadcast, talk about what a crazy offseason it was to revitalize a market that was starving for hockey, and now finally seeing the fruits of our labor here in this, albeit preseason broadcast. Still something very fun to bring to you folks at home that perhaps couldn't make it out to the scrimmage, or those of you that might be listening in while you're watching it live. Gray team is going to move left to right across your screen in this first period, and the Black team is going to move right to left. Chase Follis is set to take the opening draw for Black. Over for Gray, it'll be Will Laporte. Both teams tapping their sticks and saluting those in attendance who have waited far too long for hockey to return to Columbus, Georgia, and at least in some way, they can say it's back. We are underway in the first period of the scrimmage game. Laporte brings it in for the Gray team on the far wall. A good check there, but it's held in for Gray. Left point couldn't be found. Krupp chasing after his man. It'll be dumped in, delayed offsides. Black will chase the puck behind with Chase Follis. He'll take it near circle and now spin back, looking for reinforcements. Ozelinch runs a little interference in front. Krupp trying to send it out. That'll be gloved down by Chudley on the right wing, and he'll dump it in. Not offsides for Gray, say the officials, and Krupp collects for Black team on the far wing. 35 seconds gone here in the opening scrimmage. Santopalo getting up big time in Edgars Ozelinch's face, and that puck will leak to Jared Rutledge, and he will glove it for the whistle. 19:21 left to go here in the first period. Neither netminder tested, though Rutledge had a puck roll to him off of a body check, and will have a Gray offensive zone draw to Rutledge's right. Santopalo will take this draw for Gray, going against Howie. They scrum on it, won by Gray. Left point shot and a pad save made there by Rutledge off the stick of Zach Pease. Check that, that's Anderson. In the corner, battling with this is Lirakos and Howie. It leaks up the far wall. Another shot there from Anderson, and this one will go wide of the far post. Near side boards now. Black struggling to get it out of their zone. Pinned up along the wall. Santopalo takes a hit from Gustin. Those two continue to battle. And the puck leaks out to the middle. Collected by Black and now found by the stick of Jagger Williamson. Williamson trying to go against the Gray defense himself. Left wing shot there coming from Howie. And an easy pass save made by Pashevitz. Leaking into the slot for Gray. And nice stick handle and control there by Herron. To skate it out to neutral ice. Gain the red line. Dump it in. Both teams looking for a change. 18:35 left to go here in period one. Black 0, Gray 0. Hockey is back in Columbus, Georgia in this preseason inter-squad scrimmage. Big hit right there as Citrone gets knocked down right around the blue line, turns the puck over. Here's Gray back the other way. Taggart skates into the zone, right wing, fires a shot. That one went wide of the far post on Rutledge. Puck goes all the way down to the Gray blue line. It'll be found here by Garrett Johnson. Johnson from one circle to another over to Taggart. He'll flip this one in stride. He hits Peshtuka. Peshtuka left wing side of the half wall. Has to go behind the net to settle it. Now he'll be headed off there by Citrone. 2-on-2 battle for Gray and Black. Peshtuka kicked at it, missed it, and Black will come away with it. Now here's Williamson. He lost it. Look out. Here's Taggart now behind the net. Couldn't set her in front and find a Gray stick available. Black will chip this one out. Good body check laid on there by Taggart. Gives the puck right back to Gray. Here comes Laporte, right wing. Fires a shot. That one nicely blocked by Edgar Zozulins. The Latvian's got a big body back there on defense. The River Dragons expect a lot out of him in their opening season. On the right point, look out, that one went off the pads there of Bondarenko, and he was away, but getting in front of him was John Evans. John Evans, the Midland, Michigan native, quite a big body as well. We talked about Ozelinch, but John Evans is another one of those guys, quite a force on the blue line the River Dragons are looking at. High slot shot by Fallis, knocked down by Gray, and here's Evans back the other way. Evans from the red line, he'll just backhand chip this one in. Rutledge will play it just before and after the goal line now, trying to get it out, right point, Bondarenko played it back to his netminder, and now he'll take it at the bottom of the circles. 16:55 left to go here in the first period. No score. Gray and Black game at Columbus River Dragons training camp. Look out, right circle, all alone, backhand. What a save, Rutledge. Menton went across the crease to Chudley. Chudley was on his backhand, couldn't do much with it, but he did put it on goal. And Jared Rutledge makes the first spectacular save of this intra-squad scrimmage. Current shot totals read Gray 3, Black 1, and Rutledge's 3 saves. That one was the best one right there. Howie going to take this draw against Heron. Black wins it, can't get it out at the center point. That one knocked away at the slot off the stick of Taggart. Battled here in the corner. It's a 2-on-2 battle. Gustin trying to get around Santa Paulo. He'll knock it behind the net, found by Chudley. Chudley across. That one off the stick of Howie will go the way of Black. 2-on-2 as they cross the red line. Now Williamson will dump it in right wing corner. First on it, here's Zach Pease. Pease trying to give it back to Williamson. It pops up over his head, and Gray will collect near side corner with Chudley. Chudley can't get it out. That one held in for a moment by Williamson. Now it's retreated back to Gray's circles, and skating this one up into the neutral zone is Menton. Menton takes a bit of a stick from Cody Oaks, still has the left circle, shot, easy right pad save, made there by Rutledge. In the far corner with this one, Chudley looking for some space at the left point, couldn't be held in by Menton. Now we got a foot race, and Black is able to poke it away thanks to Jay Clark, but right to a waiting stick for Gray, that would be Ethan Anderson. Here's Peshduka trying to skate through the middle. He's got it right circle. What a block there by Seth Gustin, getting down on a knee. Couple of teammates in Carolina, now teammates in Columbus, but playing in opposite teams here in this inter-squad scrimmage. 15.5 left to go here in the first period. No score. John Evans will collect this puck behind Gray's net. He's tackled there by Cody Oaks. Those two grappling along the wall. And now it'll be found here by Liarakos. Liarakos sends this one ahead. MJ Graham tried to go between the legs of a defender, but smart on that one was Mark Steele. Now he'll skate it back the other way. Steele, right wing side, cuts to the middle. High slot shot, and Pashevitz strong on the glove hand there, making the save and taking the whistle. 15:10 left to go in period number 1. Black 0, Gray 0, live here from the Columbus Civic Center on the Columbus River Dragons brand new YouTube page. Thanks for finding us in the internet space. We obviously got a bit of a late start to the YouTube game in terms of the off season, but glad you found it, and hope you click subscribe and stay tuned with all of the great content we have planned for this upcoming season. Black balancing it right wing. Now we'll throw it to Steele. Left point shot saved there by Pashevitz. Rebound collected by Krupp. Krupp will start a cycle. Fallis couldn't pick it off the wall. To be found by Laporte. He'll rim this one around, and Ozelins overskated at the right point. Krupp covering will chase it all the way back into his own end. 14:45 left to go here in period number 1. Krupp gets this puck laid off to him. Too far for Howie, and Krupp took a big hit in the neutral zone as Gray comes back the other way with Taggart. 3-on-3 as they hit the line. Taggart, left circle on the backhand. Puts that one short side, easy pad save made by Rutledge, and then he will dive at his own man's feet to cover that puck. That was Gino Mini who had it in between the skates, didn't know where it was, and thankfully for Black, Rutledge did, and we will take another whistle. Gray's offensive zone, 14.5 to go in period number 1. Face off to the right of Rutledge. Santa Paulo going to go against Howie, and Howie's going to get waved. Encroached too early on that one. So in will come Laporte, and that one is won by Laporte, as it will go all the way around here for Black. Check that was Williamson, excuse me. Gray number 8 is Laporte. And now it'll be found here by Peshduka. Peshduka ahead for Santa Paulo. Gustin and him will rub shoulders in the circle. Oh, a pass nearly connected there with Menton, and he was in all alone in the slot. Gustin trying to work it out. Santa Paulo gives him a shoulder rub. Now a big hit right there. 9-on-9 as Haletzi knocked down by Howie. Behind the net it goes. Mike Thomas battling here with Gino Mini. The two go at it. Now Gustin, no check that. Howie will finish off his check on the near side wall. Spinning around on the far side. Holechi plays it off the side of the net. Santa Paulo couldn't find a teammate. Black will cheat it out now to the neutral zone. And here comes a streaking winger. One way, it's Lougheed. Lougheed held off there at the left circle. Check that, this number 15, Zach Pease. Now to the left point. Here's Ozelins. Ozelins across. Firing right point. Save made Pashovitz. Couldn't find the rebound. It'll be taken away by Philbin. The right point shot coming off the stick of Gino Mini. He's got a howitzer back there. Yuri Peshtuka circles back in his own end. Played off the wall. Beautiful geometry pass. Left circle coming in with the shot. A blocker save made there by Rutledge, as he absolutely denied number 12, Jimmy Philbin. Philbin, one of the later additions into camp, playing on Gray's top line, at least according to the sheet provided to me by head coach Gill, VP of Hockey Ops Beachard. Philbin, Laporte, and Shudley have been doing great work for Gray, but now it looks like they're changing up the lines a little bit as MJ Graham will take this draw, and Philbin's still out there on the ice. Black will win the draw in their defensive zone. Lougheed trying to get it out to the neutral zone. He does, intercepted by Evans. Bothered there by Bonarenko, and Gray will regroup. With this puck, MJ Graham slips a hit, sends it into his offensive zone. Lougheed trying to run around the far wall. Krupp took a little bit of a shot up high. Not too happy about that, but it is training camp accidents happen. Right point, a shot from Evans goes wide. Krupp with this puck now on the far side wall. He'll play it back to his own circles. 12:40 left to go here in period number 1. Still no score in the black-gray game. Menton, right wing side. Oh, look at the play right there by number 12. That's Philbin getting in front of the black attacker. Now Krupp at the right point. Shot coming in. Glove save made by Pashovitz, and he holds on to that one. No further damage allowed for Black, and we'll get another whistle. 12:25 left to go here in period 1. Shots on goal. Gray 7, Black 5. Gray jumped out to an early start in this one. They were really pressuring Rutledge. I'd say for the first 2 minutes, had about a minute and a half of zone time. Seem to have evened out since then, and Black's keeping the shot total close. Now right point, firing a shot. That one blocked by Lirakos. Out in the neutral zone it'll go, and it's found by Steele. Steele, pass intercepted. Lirakos, left circle, to the high slot. Backhand coming there, and Heron couldn't get anything on it. Lirakos behind the net, battling here with Mini. The two go after each other. Somebody's lost his stick, and it looks like that's Heron. Behind the net, it'll be collected by Steele. He'll send it up the ice. In left wing side, Black will in the zone, 3-on-3. Drop pass here for Zach Pease on a shot. Save made there by Pashovitz. Standing tall atop his crease, the former Arizona State product gives up no rebound, and we will get a face-off coming to his right. 11:53 left to go in period number 1. Still no score in the gray-black game. Decent crowd for a tropical storm, and sort of a 2-3 days notice as training camp was going on. But of course, these are fans are absolutely starved for hockey, as the Cottonmouths left 2 years ago. Now hockey back in Columbus, Georgia, and everyone in the area happier for it. Citrone with this puck in the corner. He's bodied up. That's some 17-on-17 violence. John Evans will wrestle him down. Cody Oakes trying to work it behind the gray net. Nothing there. Left point held in, and a shot by Lougheed will go wide on the near post. Citrone dumping it back. Right point. Seth Gustin looks, fires, blocked there. Look out the other way. Gray could spring it. Santa Paulo's pass was blind and not read by his teammate. That was number 5, Chemeka. Now Santa Paulo went on a breakaway, and he scores! Santa Paulo going glove side on Jared Rutledge, and Gray will break the ice in our inter-squad scrimmage 1-0 thanks to Tim Santa Paulo. Took 8 minutes and 44 seconds, but we've got a hockey goal, a professional hockey goal on Columbus ice. Well, you could tell Santa Paulo was feeling it back in the defensive zone. He blocked a shot, thought he could spring a little 3-on-1 action, but his blind pass wasn't read. He still kept with the route, though, and he was fed in all alone through the slot. And Santa Paulo, going against his former teammate, also from Watertown, and Jared Rutledge, blew it by the glove hand, and it is 1-0 Gray on that goal. Black with the offensive zone pressure. Falla seals up the wall, far side. Gray will take it away anyways. MJ Graham coming in, 2-on-1, fires on a blocker save made there by Rutledge. Ball will ping pong to the far corner there. Left point shot coming by Anderson. Missed well wide. Couldn't be held in. No, it was held in there by Menton. Looked like he was over the blue line. Replay on. A backhand by Graham. Save made, and the net is off as Gray crashing the net hard and taking it off its moorings. Trying to find a number on that. I think it's Sam Halechny. Either way, the effort won't go unnoticed as we have to take a whistle because of it. 10:37 left to go in period one. Gray 1, Black 0, thanks to Tim Santapalo on a half breakaway goal past his ex-teammate in Watertown, but current teammate here in Columbus. False start on the face-off. Both centermen stay in. Gray will win it on the backhand. Easy save made by Rutledge, and he'll cover it up as Will Laporte came in with a sneaky little move, but couldn't get any power on the backhand to go against the Black netminder. 10:33 left now in period one. Face-off once again to Rutledge's right. Tied up, won by Gray. Graham slaps it to the middle, and Rutledge once again will have to hold on and take a whistle. So for the third straight time, we'll try this to Rutledge's right. Philbin going to take this draw. Looks like that's against Williamson, and Williamson will win this one now. Gustin up the left wing, into the neutral zone it goes. Puck on a stick, Zach Pease hits the line 2-on-2, fires and easily into the glove of Pashevitz as he saw that one coming the whole way. No screen in front from the Black team. You have to do a lot more than that to get one by the former NCAA D1 product. We've got a goalie changeover on the right side, so it looks like they're going to do this by period halves as Jared Rutledge will come out and Travis Ridgen will come in. Gray wins the draw, but Black has it behind the Gray net. Coming out with this one, Ozolins. Now check that Pease. Now a shot from Gustin. Glove save made by Pashevitz. Saw that one through some traffic, and he'll take another whistle. 10:07 left to go in period one. Gray 1, Black 0, thanks to Tim Santapalo's goal at the 8:44 mark. 11-8 shots on goal favoring Gray. Black looking for a response, though. They now have their second straight offensive zone draw. They'll win it, but Gray with anticipation takes it out. Shudley tried to get it ahead, went off the skates of Laporte, will fall away to the Black defense. Gino Mini on the backhand, moves it up, left wing side, now back for Mini. He one-touches it to Williamson. Williamson 2-on-2, right wing, coming back into the zone, and Howie was hooked a little bit there, but he lost the puck, and now Gray back the other way. Yanni Liarakos had to retreat back for it. He would have had a 3-on-2 as he entered in right wing side, but couldn't control the puck. Black will shoot this one up the left wing side. Anderson will collect it at his own blue line. Couldn't be held in by Citrone. Citrone got bumped by Santapalo, and back comes Gray the other way. Heron right, circle a shot, and Ridgen makes the save. Rebound loose. Santapalo's got another. Ridgen made the save, and it looked like it squirted out of his pads into the blue paint, and Tim Santapalo crashing the net, showing off while you play to the whistle. Found an absolute sitter, and Tim Santapalo's got two. 9:19 left to go in the first. So 2 goals, a minute and 57 seconds apart for Santapalo. Probably I'd say maybe 2 shifts in between those two. And the young man's got to be feeling good about himself right now in this scrimmage. Look out, turnover. Coming back the other way is Black. Right circle, knocked off his stick. That was number 17, Sage Citrone, looking for a quick answer for his team. Santapalo will play it back into the corner. Anderson, he's bothered by a couple of players. Now with it, left circle. Looks like that's Weber. Weber couldn't get it up to the point. That one was read nicely there by Chad Heron. He'll gain the red line, flip this one down. Both teams will head off for a change. 8:45 left to go here in period one. Gray 2, Black 0. Both goals in this game so far scored by Tim Santapalo. Of course, if you're just joining in with us, this is the Gray-Black inter-squad scrimmage that'll finish up on-ice activities for the Columbus River Dragons training camp. Black with this puck at the red line will dump it in and finish off their change. Chase Fallis will go after it, but Gray's got possession of the puck. Yuri Peshtuka. He'll circle back behind his own net and look for an opening. Near side circle, passing it back on the backhand to Menton. Now ahead with this puck to MJ Graham. Graham 2-on-3 as he hits the line. Offside as he lost control of it right at the blue line. Stayed in the paint, couldn't get it into the zone in time. And we'll get a neutral zone whistle to the far side of the rink. 8:11 left to go in period one. Gray 2, Black 0. Fall is set to take this draw against MJ Graham. And Graham will win that one clean. Back to the defense, found by Menton. At his own blue line, Peshtuka facing a little bit of pressure, put into the skates of one of his teammates. Now Menton hauled down by Fallis. No call, we play on. I think Fallis was looking at the stripes, expecting to go, and now he'll head off for a change as Howie comes on to take his place. Near side boards in the gray zone. Peshtuka trying to rim it out. He can't. Look out in the middle with a chance. There was Bondarenko. Pass was just too far past his stick and he couldn't get control. Icing waved off here, is able to touch it before the goal line is Mark Steele. He'll rim it around. He finds Jay Krupp in the corner. Krupp had it knocked off his stick by Taggart, and Black will regroup. Williamson with it. He takes a shot from his counterpart, number 8, Laporte, and the two go at it. Now it's a 2-on-1 Gray battle near side boards. 7:20 left to go here in the first period. Digging it out is Howie. He'll send it cross ice. Won't have enough for icing, as will eventually be touched by Garrett Johnson. Johnson, far side circle, up into the neutral zone. Ooh, big hit coming in. Looked like from the side there. I think that was Howie knocking down his man. Gray still with the puck, though, as it's passed to the near side wing. Now with the black-blue line, this will be intercepted by Howie. He'll send it back, and now to the right wing side, he finds Zach Pease. Pease from his own blue line gets a full head of steam, will backhand it from the red, stick the side there by Pashevitz, and in the near side corner, it's found here by Gray. Gustin tried to pinch it to help out on the play. Gray flipped it out over him, thankfully for Gustin, covering with Zach Pease. He'll rim it around his own boards behind the net, and Gino Mini finds it far side. Mini getting it ahead. Cody Oakes had that one bounce over a stick for a turnover. Peshtuka chips it around a man at the black blue line. Gustin misplayed it there. Still in the zone for Gray. Right point with this Chudley. Looking, hauled down. No call coming. And Black trying to skate away with the puck. And it's still loose in the slot. Right point. Gray to left point. Evans shot. Oh, deflected a crossbar. John Evans unload. That was a well-placed shot. Low to the ice. And getting a deflection on that one was Chudley. And he just rang the middle iron. Icing is called against Black, but how about that combination? Evans and Chudley in the middle right there, getting a deflection on that. No matter who's shooting the puck from the point, it's brave to stand there in the slot and look to deflect the puck. When a guy like John Evans is doing it, he's huge. He can really rip it. Black wins the defensive zone draw. Peshtuka read it, held in left point. Now Cody Oakes has it on his stick. Can't get it out as it bounced around. Now it's in the neutral zone. Sent out by Jay Clark. Penalty coming up. Nope, delayed off sides, excuse me, as Clark was in a little bit too early. We've only got two officials. They're both in orange bands, so we've got to listen a bit if it's a penalty or a delayed offsides. San Paulo looking for the natural hat trick, tried a little fancy move between the legs, knocked away by the Black defense. Look out, stolen there by Philbin, and his pass to the slot goes unanswered all the way back out in the neutral zone, found there by Peshtuka. Here's Fallis with this puck. He'll skate it in left wing side. Krupp trying to crash the net. Fallis, bottom of the circle, spins it back left corner to the top. Ozelins fires, and that one goes well wide to the far side. Lougheed holds this one in right point. Krupp trying to battle on the far wall. He gets it past too far there for Bondarenko, and this one will be flipped out by Gray at the red line, knocked away by Lougheed. Lougheed trying to send it out. Here's Gray intercepting 2-on-2. Pass across. High slot glove save. Made there as MJ Graham was looking to pick the top left corner on Ridgen. And the tall netminder said no, sir. 4:58 left to go in period number 1. Gray 2, Black 0. Tim Santa Paulo wearing the number 2 for Gray has both goals in this one. 13-8. Gray also leads in shots so far tonight. Of course, we are playing a full-on scrimmage game, 3 20-minute stop time periods. Haven't heard from the coaches and the powers that be down below, but we very well might be seeing some penalty shots, considering it's an open scrimmage, free to the public. If you're listening into us on YouTube and thinking, oh, I got to run out downtown, maybe stop by the Civic Center, catch a period of the inter-squad scrimmage to round out our training camp on ice activities. Gray moving this puck up. Here's Anderson, right wing side, bothered by Howie, still within his feet. Anderson pushing it farther and now bringing it back to the point is Gray, running out of space, taking it out to the neutral zone, Chad Herron. Heron from the red line dumps this one in for no icing. Giving chase here for Gray is MJ Graham, but spinning around and taking it away, Mark Steele. Now back the other way. Nope, intercepted there by Gray. Look out, MJ Graham to the middle. That one knocked off the stick. As having a chance at that one, Colin Chemeka, but he had his stick lifted at the last moment. And Travis Ridgen was able to scoop up the ground ball nice and easy for the save. 4:07 left to go in period 1. Gray 2, Black 0. Face off to the right of Ridgen. One by Gray. Left point. Firing a shot. That one. Nice block there by Cody Oakes as sends out into the neutral zone. Cody Oakes, an Aurora, Colorado native, played with 2 teams last year in the FPHL, made the opening night roster in Carolina, but couldn't find his place after game 1. He takes a big hit right there. Then found a home with the Danville Dashers for a couple of games before an injury ended his season. Here's Oakes with the puck, left wing corner. Plays it down now for Clark. Clark tried to get it to the middle, nobody home. Clark will pick it out of feet, backhand. Cody Oakes will find it behind the net. Oakes bothered there by Menton all over his back. Now Austin Weber with it left wing side. Weber getting muscled now by Will Laporte, but he's still with it. Strong battle going on near side corner. 3:20 left to go here in the first. Gray will finally emerge with it. Taggart getting it ahead. One-on-one, couldn't go through the legs. Chemeka was stood up there by number 16, Gino Mini. A shot from a long way away by Gray will be gloved by Ridgen, and he will take the whistle. 3:10 left in period number 1. Gray 2, Black 0. Santa Paula with both goals will now bring his line out onto the ice to take this face-off to the netminder's right. Santa Paula will be matched by Chase Follis. Watertown versus Carolina, if you are thinking back to last year's rosters, now both in Columbus, as they were both taken as part of the expansion draft over in the offseason. Black skates this one up. Low heat, right wing side. Good body there by Peshtuka. Knocks him off the puck and will feed it back to the Gray team. Behind the net, Holetzi will leave it there for John Evans. He'll stop up, come with it near side to Peshtuka. Now he'll take it behind the net. Gray's got to get themselves sorted out here on this rush. To Santa Paula, left wing side. Good head fake. Gets him into the neutral zone. From the red line, he'll dump it in. 2.5 left to go here in period number 1. Behind the net, Holetzi gets it to Santa Paula. Up the wall, Peshtuka. Left point, fakes the shot. Now at the circle, fires at Ridgen. Sees it through traffic and catches it in the trapper. 15-8 now, shots on goal for Gray, nearly doubling up their teammates, yet adversaries here tonight in the intra-squad scrimmage. And the scoreboard shows it too, as again we mentioned, Santa Paula with both goals so far in tonight's contest. The face-off coming to the right of Ridgen. Follis ties up his man for Black and will win it as Krupp comes to help with wing support. Krupp ahead for Bonarenko, trying to play it through the feet of Anderson. He did, but too far for himself as Gray will recollect back in their own end. Look out, turnover. Krupp's got it at the blue line. Krupp, left wing circle on the backhand, puts it to the middle. Pad save, and overskating it there is Howie. Gray comes back the other way. 3-on-2 right wing side, but the pass was behind its intended target. That was Chudley trying to feed MJ Graham. Here's Howie the other way. Left circle, looking for a pass, backhand, jamming it, and a save made there by Pashevitz. Second effort by Bondarenko was shrugged away by the former Arizona State netminder as well. Left point, that one will be dumped in by Pease. Gray will collect off of Ethan Anderson. He'll dump this one down, not enough for icing as it's found by Jagger Williamson. Right wing side, Black playing a little bit of catch. All 3 forwards jammed up real close to those penalty boxes, so they'll spread out, give it back to the defense. Gustin, D-to-D pass, now it's fed up ahead for Pease. Pease left wing side over for Jake Howie. Drops it back for Pease in the circles. He'll spin back at the hash marks, takes a shot there from Laporte, playing it behind the net. Black couldn't corral it, and now Johnson will send it ahead. Leorakos off the glass, great pass ahead for Chan Heron. Left wing, a cross pad save made there as the centering attempt was denied by the big pad of Ridgen. In the near side circle, Gray starting up a cycle. Now back to the center point. Pass to the left point was for Johnson, was not read by the defenseman. And a big hit will send that puck all the way down into the Gray zone. Peshtuka will take his time behind the net as he waits for his teammates to complete a change. We're under a minute left to go in this first period. Right wing side, Chemeka fires a shot. That one blocked away by Black. That was Mark Steele getting in the way. Now in the neutral zone with this, Austin Weber couldn't lift a stick. Sage Citrone with this puck. He gets knocked down. Gray with it, bottom of the circles. Evans backhand, he rang the post. Evans trying to go short side on Ridgeon over the shoulder. He beat him, but he couldn't beat the iron. 20 seconds left to go here in period number 1. Citrone trying to look up ice with this one. He'll send it out. That one gloved down by Gray, sent it by Evans about 80 feet, and it hits the boards behind Ridgeon. A dozen seconds left in the opening period. Austin Weber, perhaps chance for one more rush for Black. Pass too far in the neutral zone. That'll be sent by Ethan Anderson all the way back down. Not enough for icing. With 1 second left, that'll do it for period number 1 in this intra-squad scrimmage. Tim Santapalo with both goals as Gray leads 2-0 as they head off to the locker room after the first 20 minutes of play. Shots on goal, Gray 15, Black 11, making it a little bit closer. Black had the last 3 shots in that period to make those totals a little more close as we hit the break. Well, let's take a break ourselves. When we come back, we'll come back in about 5 minutes or so, do a little intermission wrap-up, let you know about that and about some of the other exciting things the River Dragons have going on in this off-season that has about 4 or 5 days left in it as we get ready for the season opener, which will happen in Harrington, Delaware, with the River Dragons taking on the Delaware Thunder. That's all for now. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with a little intermission report. Grade 2, Black 0 on the Columbus River Dragons official YouTube page. Back here live at the Columbus Civic Center, gray team 2, black team nothing through 20 minutes of play here in the inter-squad scrimmage as the Columbus River Dragons are concluding their on-ice activities for their first ever training camp as they get ready for their inaugural season in the FPHL. Quick timeline for these River Dragons as they'll finish up camp today. They'll go through a little media day tomorrow. Those that have either made the team or are in the final batch getting ready, because rosters will officially be finalized as to who is on the active roster and who will make the 18-man opening night roster traveling to Delaware. That'll be on Friday. So a Wednesday, I believe it is Wednesday, final day for rosters, Thursday travel day, Friday and Saturday in Harrington, Delaware, and then getting ready to go ahead and play the games here at home. Elmira Enforcers on November 1 and November 2. I want to apologize to those of you fans who are listening in, experiencing some echo on the broadcast. It is preseason for us too up here in the technical department. We're doing our best to work through these issues right now. Once again, gray team 2, black team nothing. Both goals coming from Tim Santapalo in the opening period of play. One at the 8:44 mark, another at the 10:41 mark. Quick math will tell you that is 2 goals, a minute and 57 seconds apart. A couple assists you can throw in there for sure. I know Chad Herron's got one of them from his shot that just leaked through Ridgeon and was able to be slammed home by Santapalo for his second, as that's the one that made it 2-0, and that's how we currently stand through 20 minutes of play. I'm getting some word we might need to head off for a quick second and see if we can't fix these issues that are still appearing. So again, apologize folks, it is preseason for us too up here. We still got about 8 minutes in the intermission clock though, so we're going to see if we can't get this fixed before we get ready for the second period. So let's take another break. When we come back, we'll be ready for the second period, hopefully have our audio issues sorted out. Thanks for sticking with us on the Columbus River Dragons official YouTube page. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 3. Well, as the saying goes, if you put enough trained chimps in a room, they will eventually write Shakespeare, and so too we've apparently figured out our audio issues, at least that's what I've been told, so hopefully those of you on YouTube will have a much more pleasant listening experience in periods 2 and 3. Again, we apologize for that. As we said, this is preseason for all of us up here too, as doesn't matter if it's preseason, the referees are still getting booed as they make their way out onto the ice as well. I want to thank those of you for following us along and listening in on the official YouTube channel of the Columbus River Dragons. And for those of you that braved the weather, though, you know, I should say this area has seen worse weather, but a tropical storm is still a tropical storm. For those of you that braved the weather are out and watching the game here, it looks like about 75 to 100 strong for a free scrimmage. It's obviously great news, and I want to thank you too because the Greater Columbus Fair is in town. So many other things are going on in the area, so I want to thank you for taking a little bit of your time and listening in to us here as we get ready for hockey's return to the Columbus, Georgia area. Once again, folks, I'm Zach DeBozart, the voice of the River Dragons. I'll be with you guys all season long, all 58 games, home, away, and neutral. Because if you remember, during the off-season, 29 home games, 27 road games, and those 2 neutral games that will be held in Athens, Georgia at the Atkins Arena at the Classic Center where the University of Georgia's club hockey team plays. So if you're over on the east side of the state, of course, you've got the Gwinnett Gladiators and a couple of teams in South Carolina as well. We're very excited to head on into Athens and display some pro hockey there for a town that obviously knows its fair share of sports. The University of Georgia very versed in many different things. Of course, football inside the top 10 right now in the college football rankings. Haven't been able to watch any college football today as to what has been going on in that. I do know Wisconsin lost. Somebody brought that up to me, and I was like, wow, that is huge. There's going to be a big shakeup in the rankings there. Teams are getting back onto the ice right now. Gray team leading 2-0 over Black, still looking for their first goal. 15-11 are the shots on goal so far in this one. All right, fine. Taking a peek at the YouTube page. Diego Wilson is running our camera. He's, of course, also in the front office. I got to wave at my mom because apparently she's also in the YouTube stream. So, hi, Mom. How's it going? Nice to see you all the way back in Michigan. Of course, with 2 teams in Michigan this year, the River Dragons will get to know the Mitten State pretty well. The Battle Creek Rumblebees, one of the new expansion franchises alongside the River Dragons, the Delaware Thunder, and the Danbury Hat-Tricks over in Connecticut, and the Port Huron Prowlers, who are celebrating their 5th season in the FPHL. So a lot of Midwestern love in this league, and the Columbus River Dragons very excited to be part of it this year. Gray will move right to left across your screen in this one, and Black will move left to right. And we do have a goalie change, and apparently we're not respecting Gray versus Black. We've got Rutledge defending for Black, and we've got Ridgen defending for Gray. So I guess this is a period, or at least half a period, that Pashevitz will get off to relax and take a little break. Resetting the clock right now to 20 minutes. As we are just about ready for period number 2. Well, both teams skating around. They might be letting the ice harden just a little bit. We're seeing a bit of shine up here high atop the Columbus Civic Center. We're up in the press row area, so we've got a nice downward angle. We're seeing it's pretty shiny, so we'll go ahead and wait on that, I guess. Referees are at the scorer's table, I guess, relaying that message. Starting line out there for Black will be Chase Follis, Jay Krupp. And we just heard a whistle blow, so I guess we'll get ready to go. Follis is going to take this draw, though, against Will Laporte. Referee with the puck in hand. It is down, and the second period is underway in this inter-squad scrimmage. Evans passed it across his own net, but he found a teammate. That one held in there by Ozolins. Now loose in the slot there. Look out, Bondarenko. He scores! 13 seconds into the second period, and Black has responded. Bit of a turnover in the defensive zone for Gray, and Ivan Bondarenko showing off the hustle and the determination. Get it around a defender and poke the backhand past Ridgen, and we've got a 2-1 hockey game. Now, it's unfortunate for Ridgen because he was playing for the Black team. Now he's in the lead, so maybe this was a sabotage set up by head coach Gill and Bouchard. Of course, we joke, Ridgeon, one of the 3 goalies trying to make this team, along with Rutledge, with the puck in his zone right now, and Rylan Pashovitz, the former Arizona State product, who is on the bench right now, and we might see him at the 10-minute mark if the first period was to be believed with how goaltenders switched off. In the neutral zone, this puck found by Gray. Ethan Anderson will dump this one in. It'll off the side of the net, and Rutledge had to pay attention there on his near side post. At the left point with this one, it's Chudley. Chudley had it knocked off his stick by Ozelins, and Ozelins, a defenseman, trying to rush up there. He lost his stick. Chudley fell down, and Ozo will head off to the bench for a change. Gray softly dumps this one in. Black will send it the length of the ice. It'll be on net. Ridgeon will have to play it, and both teams will complete their changes. Look out, Rutt in the ice caught one of the Gray defenders. It'll go back to Ridgeon, and he misplayed it, but threw it over into the corner, and that will prevent any scoring opportunity for Black. Still in the offensive zone, though, as this one, Zach Pease will work out a feat, has it behind the net. Pease, left wing circle with it, and he couldn't do anything with it at the point. Now Gray sends this one down the ice as they'll complete a change. Behind the net it goes. This one found. Santa Paulo tripped up a man. That was Gino Mini. And back into the neutral zone. This will be collected by Johnson. Look out. Stolen away. Black with a chance here. Zach Pease trying to work it. Spinning around in the corner. To the left point. Past D to D. Gino Mini fires deflected. Up high off the glass. Still in play. Mark Steele with it at the half wall. Deflects in front. That one went off a Gray stick. Looked like Peshtuka got in the way of it there. Peshtuka will backhand chip that one to Yanni Liarakos. Now back for Peshtuka. Behind the net, he will take it. Now the leave here is for Johnson. Johnson being bothered by a couple of black jerseys, trying to get it out. Here's the goal scorer, Santa Paulo. He's got 2 in this one, and he's knocked down with a great check right there by Mark Steele. Puck still bouncing around the neutral zone. Steele will slash it ahead. Now it's found there by Citrone. Citrone knocking it left wing side, bounced off a body. Austin Weber couldn't get with anything there. Now behind the net, it'll be collected by Gray. Peshtuka trying to poke it out. Liarakos takes a shot from Mark Steele. This one off the right point, off the glass. Weber held it in for a moment. Now it's between the benches. Both teams battle. It hits a body, and we do get a whistle. 17:25 left to go in the second period. It is 2-1 Gray over Black. We're pleased to welcome in Scott Brand to the broadcast, President General Manager of the River Dragons. Scott, before you start talking, it is normal that you can't hear me right now in your headset. It is preseason for us too up here.
Listen, I just walked halfway to heaven.
It's a very high view. Of course, a 7,000 plus seat stadium, your last gig in Carolina, only a 3,000 seater, so yeah, not nearly as many steps, right? Oh, look out, there was a shot, and Rutledge stood tall to make that save, denying Gray's number 11, MJ Graham. Gray will hold that one in. Anderson with it, left wing side, dumps it into the corner. Black trying to get it out, held it at the right point. Now Graham with it in the corner. Rims this one around, giving chase. Black will find it first. Jake Krupp sends it down. Cody Oakes trying to race after it. He's going after Evans, and Evans able to poke it away from him. MJ Graham will dump this in right wing side. He'll head off for a change. 16:35 left to go in period 2. Gray 2, Black 1. Right wing with this. Coming in for Black is Jake Howie. Howie will stop up, circle-to-circle pass. Oakes fires a shot. That deflected off Evans' skate and just went wide of the near post. Another shot, and Ridgeon will fight that one off. Still loose in the crease. Ridgeon doesn't know where it is, and his teammates on Gray will eventually send it out for him. In the neutral zone, this one collected by Williamson. And now Gray with this puck in the offensive zone. Left point with this. Mike Thomas sends this one around. It'll be found by Jagger Williamson. Sends this up the wall. Intercepted by Menton, who keeps it in for Gray. Yes, there are 2 black goalies out there right now in terms of their jersey colors. Ridgeon is playing for the Gray team right now. Pashovitz, the only listed Gray goalie, getting about 10 minutes off. Ozelins pokes this one away for Black in his own defensive zone. This one sent up. Jagger Williamson gets around a man. Pass over to Pease. Fires a shot. Ridgeon makes the stick save and gets it away from the attacker. Mike Thomas, right wing side with this one. 15.5 left to go in the second. He'll dump it into the corner. And this one found here by Mark Steele. Steele over for Citrone. Citrone trying to race up with it as he gave it away to Weber. Weber will wait behind the net with this one now. 15:15 left to go in the second. Shots starting to even themselves back out again. Gray still leads, but it's only 16-15. Steele goes circle to circle in his own zone. Head now for Minnie. Minnie poked ahead to Weber. It will go into the gray zone where it's hounded by Garrett Johnson. Ooh, a little bit of a spill there as Austin Weber was hard on the forecheck. Black holds the puck now with Minnie. Spinning around, taken away by Santa Paulo. On the left wing side, look at the tape-to-tape pass, but couldn't hold it was Jack Chudley. Now this one will go down the length of the ice, and Ridgen came out of his crease there. Otherwise, that would have been icing. Officials correctly waving that one off. 14:35 left to go in the second. 2-1 Gray. They regroup. Ooh, inside of their own net. Ridgen had to pay attention to that one. Scott, have you caught your breath yet?
I have.
All right, so let's talk a little bit as the play goes on here. Obviously, a very hectic, frantic off season is coming to an end in about 4 or 5 days, and this team they're getting ready to go to Delaware, but there's still some questions because we got 34 guys on the ice, and you can't keep all 34. Cuts have to be made, and decisions are being made off this game. Look out! Great chance there from MJ Graham.
No, and there's still a lot left to go here, but for somebody's hockey career, there's about 33 minutes left in it. They'll be making cuts as soon as the camp's over, and we'll go find out our 25 we'll go in a battle with. Unique situation down here with us being in the middle of Southern Pro country. We're going to, no question, be like the 11th. How many teams is Southern Pro?
10. They have 10, just like us.
The 11th team with as many organizations that are trying to work with us. I think that says a lot about us. I think it says a lot about the FPHL that some of those teams are going to try and stack our team so that they have reserve quality.
Gray's buzzing right now, but Jake Krupp backhands it out into the zone. Now here comes the other way. Will Laporte, he fires a shot, an easy save made there by Rutledge. And he saw that one the whole way. Easy glove save. How do you think of the goalies so far? Obviously, Rutledge has been pretty stout, pretty standard from what we've seen with him in Watertown last year. And two guys coming in trying to make that team, I think alongside Rutledge when you base his veteran status. But, of course, no job is a given. Travis Ridgen over there on the right. And then Pashevitz, who was in the gray, he had a pretty good period in that first period.
Well, Rutledge better be one of our better goalies with the high picks. You have to carry two goaltenders. You need a third in case of a call-up or something like that. So it'll be interesting to see what our coaches do in terms of roster. You protect all three of them. You put two and then keep one as a e-bug in town. So the other thing too is the salary cap went up I think $100, so it's at $2,900 right now. So, that's the other thing. There's a lot of talent on the ice, but you still got to come to terms with some of it. So you might have a couple of veterans who are going to do it.
Look out, Chemeka with two chances, and Rutledge absolutely denied him there. Knocked away two before Taggart could get his stick on it there. And you were just talking about how you expect a lot out of Rutledge. Well, how about that nice sequence?
Play all 60 games, it's too taxing on the body. We've seen other teams that have done that. They get to the playoffs and there's nothing left in the tank.
12 minutes left to go here in the second period. Gray 2, Black 1. I'm Zach DeBozart, joined by President and GM of the Columbus River Dragons, Scott Brand. Talk about the offseason a little bit. I mean, it's just been crazy hectic. I know in your last gig in Carolina, you were able to get a year under your belt and really solidify it. And here, that concrete's got to be real quick curing and getting ready to go because it's a short offseason when you really break it down, isn't it?
Really quick, and to be honest with you, I kind of wish we had waited a year and factors outside of trying to get in the early years, so that was our best bet. But we're going to be okay. I mean, you see the ice is covered up nicely with our sponsors. I mean, the boards just started getting put up today, so there's triple boards. There's 2 or 3 up the years. So that. So there's still a lot to go. I think our staff did a great job with the quick time we had. And I let the next everybody's going to wait and see. I think a lot of people want to see what the league's about. And make sure the team's got to stay. I mean, it's tough. The advantage you had in Winston is that the team is gone for 9 or 10 years. here people are still kind of mourning for the Saints.
And, talk about that crowd, because, we're seeing about 75, 100 diehards that on a college football Saturday with a tropical storm inbound, oh, look out, there's a chance, and Ridgeon got back big time. Jake Howie looking to tie the game for the black team right there, and Ridgeon standing tall and then diving back to keep that one out of his crease. But you look and you see a smattering of people. Of course, this was a free scrimmage available for the public. I'd say about 100 or so bodies coming in on a college football Saturday with a tropical storm rolling around. This is just a market you can tell people wanted hockey to come back, and they're excited for it.
179, they gave me a report.
Wow.
There's a big fair that's normally going on here that all got shut down. The high winds, we had a real bad night here, and everyone was really happy with us. It's not like we didn't try and we didn't hurt the media or anything.
We're not trying to self-sabotage here.
We want to come, and because we didn't know if the score clock would work. There's a lot of things that haven't happened for the past 2 seasons. We got ice, so that's a start.
That is.
Like I said, we're happy with the turnout. We're happy with the reaction. Hopefully we'll put the product on the ice. And, I think it's important with all the expansion teams. We need Delaware to fare well. We need, Battle Creek to fare well, and Danbury. So it's going to be good for the league.
Jay Clark to the middle and knocked off its moorings as the net by Ridgeon. We're still playing on as Gray's got possession. Ridgeon will fix that, and we'll move on. Left wing side with it. Here's Chudley. He passed it across. Timing play was just off there for Philbin. Held in right point there by Menton in the zone, and Gustin will give chase behind the black net. Ozelins having some trouble with it there on the half wall. Got it to Clark, but he couldn't do anything with it. Now Gustin. Up with it, far wall. Weber will send it down to the neutral zone, and Gray will collect at their own blue line. 9:40 left to go here in the second. It's 2-1, Gray over Black. The only goal to speak of in this period came from the black team, and it was from Ivan Bondarenko, 13 seconds into the frame. Shot from the right point. Rutledge was screened, and it went wide of his cage anyways. Now with this puck, left wing corner. Heron tries a bad angle shot. Pad save easily made there by Rutledge. Fallis trying to clear it out of the way of his own netminder. Krupp got bodied up inside his own zone by Ethan Anderson. This one will rim all the way around. Weber takes a chop at a man, and he finds the puck for himself in the corner. Now Gustin, near side. Pass just out of Fallis' wheelhouse. He couldn't turn up ice with it. 9 minutes left to go here in the second. Fallis on the far side, rubbed out of that play nicely by Chad Heron. He'll secure the turnover for Gray. Now there's a battle for it in the referee's crease. Back the other way comes Chemeka, and Chemeka overskated it. Still in the zone with it, though. Great pass, and a shot just goes high over the shoulder and hitting the glass behind Jared Rutledge off of Chad Heron. Now here's Jay Krupp passing it over. Bondarenko, who's got the goal for Black in this one. At the hash marks. Backhand to the middle. Deflects off a body. Krupp's got it behind the goal. Sticked away by Ridgeon as he attempted a centering pass. It'll go out to the neutral zone with 8.5 left to go in the second. And Scott, in that last sequence, we saw a couple of guys that obviously you're very familiar with. Jay Krupp passed it across right there. Chase Fallis, Seth Gustin, a number of guys that you're familiar with, not only just from being in hockey, but last year with the FPHL's champion Carolina Thunderbirds.
Well, yeah, obviously, with the expansion draft, every team had to give up a few good guys.
Oh, and there's a goal. Jagger Williamson sitting pretty after Ridgeon gave up a rebound, and we've got a tie hockey game 2-2, 8:06 left to go in the second.
Every team had to give up some pretty good guys. Carolina, it seemed like they probably lost the most. We thought that at one point there was a chance that Chase Fallis was going to stay home and retire and be a police officer. One more year. Of course, Dustin is a real art here that already made the SPHL. And to be honest with you, I see a lot of our veterans ending up in the end of the year.
And let people know about that, too, because obviously people remember with the Cottonmouths that they were in the SPHL. They were in a couple of different leagues. Look out, 2-on-1 here for Black. Pass across, and a great defensive play by MJ Graham, breaking that one up for Gray, keeping this game tied. But for fans of the Cottonmouths who are, adopting the River Dragons, all alone in a blocker save made there by Rutledge. We were trying to talk Scott, but Halechi wouldn't let it happen right there. So let's do a little bit of play-by-play. We'll talk at the next whistle.
I was watching two guys.
They are a little bit.
pocket the net or do anything else. There's going to be a penalty behind play with a slash.
And number 16 for Black, Gino Mini, will head off. So we will see our first man advantage opportunity of the game. It will belong to Gray. By the way, Rylan Pashovitz is now in the net for the Gray team. So, again, what we thought, the 10-minute splits, but now it's happening with Ridgen playing for Gray, even though he's on the Black bench now. So we'll keep you updated as that situation develops. But back to my point. The Cottonmouths, SPHL, in that league for many years, founding member of it. The relationship between the FPHL and the SPHL, with us being so close to so many teams, I mean, how do you see that playing out as a benefit for both the River Dragons and some of the teams like, say, Birmingham or Macon or Huntsville even in neighboring Alabama?
You know what's funny is people outside of hockey want to make it like that we're at war with the SP or the SP is at war with the federal league. And the whole commission is pretty blunt. They needed us. They needed us for development. You know, and there's nothing wrong with being, I would consider us a short season A-League compared to, the SPHL was an A-League. It doesn't matter. When you're selling tickets, you're selling entertainment. When you're developing hockey players, you're developing hockey players. I think that the SPHL, with what Carolina did the last 2 years, and what we're doing here is we're going to be a real good team. There's a lot to be said. Like, you want to build a relationship with Carolina, rivalry. Schedule gave us some games, but we want everybody to be healthy and go franchise.
Menton had a shot there in tight. This Gray power play continues on for another 50 seconds. 6 minutes left to go in the second period. We've got a 2-2 score. Left circle, firing a shot. Save made Rutledge. Rebound coughed up and couldn't cash it in as Chad Heron hit the bottom of the net. Peshtuka over the right circle. Firing glove save made there by Rutledge as he denied Yanni Liarakos, one of his former Watertown teammates. Fake pass by Peshtuka, right point, gets it back to Liarakos, skates it to the middle. That one blocked away. Looked like Lougheed got in the middle of that one. 20 seconds left to go in the Gray power play. Cutting to the middle, San Paulo had a hat trick on his stick, and it just hit the wrong part of the twig. San Paulo still with it, right circle. To Peshtuka, left point. Fakes the shot. Now down to the bottom of the left circle. Pass to the middle. Taken away by Fallis, but Liarakos got to it first. Let's keep it in the zone. San Paulo back for Liarakos. Firing a shot, and that one missed wide. Still battling here behind the net. As out of the box comes Gino Mini, and it's back to even strength. Liarakos a centering attempt, and he just missed wide of the far post. Wraparound will hit the side of the cage and go up bagging. Here's Fallis. He'll skate this one out 2-on-2. Right wing side. He's got Austin Weber with him. Now it's 2-on-3 as a good back check by number 14. Yuri Peshtuka took it away. And Pashovitz found that one in his glove and took it away nice and easy. 4:51 left to go in the second. 2-2 Black and Gray. So, Scott, what about the players you're seeing here on the ice? I mean, you've been up here for a little bit. You spent the first period mingling with the fans, just walking around. I mean, you're definitely seeing some talent.
There's going to be some quality players there.
The audio you're getting from Scott is through your mic.
Out-of-town scoreboard. I know that the Rolling Meadows Renegades beat the St. Jude Knights. I think they are. I think the final was 9-2 up there in Chicago. So, congratulations to my nephew and the big win.
Well,
and he may have got a penalty or two.
Yeah, Scott, I hate to inform you, but it still is preseason with us. Your mic was a little bit low. People couldn't hear you. I think they can now. YouTube, let me know. We'll check that in the intermission, but that's on me. So we're working out the preseason.
So is the mic
kinks.
working now?
I hope so.
Okay, send your resume to
oh,
guy
boy.
who buys the equipment. Can't even
Right
get on
wing
here.
side, Clark will bring this
What
one
a
in
shot.
for Black, and he's lost it behind the net. John Evans will collect now for Gray. Under 4 minutes left to go here in the second period. This one will be dumped down by Black, and it is found on the stick here of number 16, Gino Mini. Cody Oakes with it, left wing side, gains the red, dumps it in, given a little bit of a shot there by Jack Chudley. Weird bounce off the corner boards. Ethan Anderson was able to take it though. 3:35 left to go in period two. Far side in the neutral zone. This one taken by Gino Mini. Mini knocked away, and it will be found here by Anderson. He's got it behind his own goal line. Sage Citrone tries to run into him for a hit. Not too bothered by it was Anderson. A shot from the point will be collected by Pashovitz. and he'll hold on for that whistle. 3:21 left to go in the second, 2-2. So I guess we have to catch viewers up on everything you've said. The SPHL, FPHL relationship, though, I want to get back to that because, you know, people who are fans of the Cottonmouths, who grew to expect a certain breed of hockey, a certain rivalry, you know, with so many teams so close by, you're not going to see that because we're not playing those SPHL teams, but there is a benefit to having this team, first of all, just exist, and then having it so close to those SPHL teams.
Well, I think from the SPHL side, you've got an automatic farm team right in the back of your neighborhood. You know, and listen, we don't mind being that role. We don't mind being a feeder system and advancing guys up as long as, you know, they're going to go up and play. And even Carolina, to the most part, was last year. So we like that, you know, and there's no animosity. If the SPHL could be successful here, they'd be here. You know, it's the same thing. If they could have been successful in Carolina, they would have been there. But it didn't work. You know, it's just, it's nothing personal. It's just, you know, people who invest in these teams aren't necessarily looking to make a lot of money, but they're looking to break even. So I think we're going to have a great relationship with the SP, and I think that the Federal Hockey League, you know, has its niche in the world, and I think it's financially it suits a lot of small markets. And we're a small market. I mean, you can say what you want to about Columbus, Georgia, but Winston's a bigger market than us, and you know, your choice is you have a product that everybody can afford, and that people can operate without, you know, losing their house, or you don't have anything.
Offsides there against Gray. 2:36 left to go in the second period. Gray 2, Black 2. Gray's 2 goals came in the first period, both off the stick of Tim Santapalo, a minute and 57 apart from each other. Black has responded with 2 goals in this period. One from Ivan Bondarenko, 13 seconds into the period. Then at the 11:54 mark, Jagger Williamson. Of course, got another conversation we had during our preseason snafu of not having your mic all the way up.
Well, and I want to tell you, fans, I appreciate you hitting me up on Facebook. I'll give you Zach's cell phone number. You can let him know later. But go ahead, Zach.
Yes, again, we apologize for that. It's preseason for us up here, too. Either way, just talking about the players, we have 34 players here in camp. You mentioned you can cut down to 25, but it seems like the coaches want to run a little bit of a tighter ship and have that sort of leeway for as the season goes on. You don't want to have a full boat necessarily because then you have to make tougher decisions quicker in the season, right?
Well, I think there's other things. You know, when you got that ace in your sleeve, in your boot, and wherever else you hide it when you cheat to play poker against me, Zach, is I think you're right. They're going to have a tight roster, maybe 22. I think they probably know something's up. There's probably 3 or 4 call downs or send downs or reassignments that we're going to have, but it's going to work both ways. You know, the other thing is I think we're blessed. I think there's 2 or 3 players here in town, one of them a former American Leaguer, that actually live in Columbus. So, you know, players like that you don't necessarily have to throw on your roster just because, you know, if another team picks them, it's silly because a player lives in your city.
Minute and a half left to go here in the second period. We'll give you play-by-play the rest of the way. John Evans in the corner. We'll send it back to Menton behind his own net. He's bothered, and Austin Weber takes it away for Black. Weber trying to send it up the wall. Lirakos shut that one down, and now Evans will collect. Evans up the far wing, pass to Santapalo, now to Lirakos in stride, passing it back for Santapalo, late to the play, but still got it. Couldn't get around a man, is going down to Anita block. It was Gino Mini. Chad Herron from behind the net, bothered there by Mini. He tries to start a cycle, reading it the whole way. Sage Citrone. 60 seconds left in this middle frame. Gray 2, Black 2. Shots 25-20 favoring Gray. Right wing side with this. Here comes Jay Clark, the Fort St. Georgia native. Will chip this one into the zone. Took a nice little backspin bounce for him, but Gray will collect the puck anyway. Santapalo deflects into the offensive zone. Lirakos gives chase, passing back. Santapalo the shot, and he just whistled it wide to the far post. Fallis battling with a man, frees the puck up for Krupp. 35 seconds left to go in the period. Krupp with Cody Oakes, fake the give back and the drop now instead for Gustin. Wasn't going to happen. Back the other way comes Gray, 2-on-2 with Fallis, a forward back. Evans, right wing circle, spinorama pass. Lirakos couldn't get to it in time, and Cody Oakes will send it off the high glass, down the ice, not enough for icing, as it'll be collected by Gray. Battled on in the neutral zone, and Cody Oakes will send that one in to late offsides. Black touches up with 10 seconds left to go in the period. Gray from behind their own net with John Evans. He'll send this one off the boards. Geometry was right, but it went through MJ Graham, and that will do it for the second 20 minutes of play. 2-2 our score. Scott, You got any more words to the audience? Or are you going to stick around with us for a little bit? I know you got some mingling to do.
I got to run down and I got to go feed the boys, so I got to go make the pasta and the marinara sauce and everything else. So.
Well, there you go. We appreciate you, and sorry for the mic issues before. Again, preseason for all of us up here, too.
Yeah, well, just look at your check next time.
We'll take a break here at the Columbus Civic Center. It's Black 2, Gray 2 through 40 minutes of play. Black had both the goals in that period. The first one from Ivan Bondarenko, the second from Jagger Williamson. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll give you a little bit more of a recap, tell you more about the things going on with the River Dragons as we get ready for our first ever game. That'll be, of course, in Harrington, Delaware, as we take on the fellow expansion team, the Thunder, and then our home opener that everyone is so eagerly waiting for, November 1st, against the Elmira Enforcers. Till then, we're going to take a break. Second intermission report will come up in about 5-10 minutes or so, and we'll recap all of that. Gray 2, Black 2 on the Columbus River Dragons official YouTube page.
Hey, did the first period sound like you were in a tin can?
Yeah. Yeah, so there was my computer microphones also still on. I was talking, so two different microphones are picking me up. One's for like one for the yeah. We're still working out the kinks. We're getting there. Yeah, I do. Welcome back into the Columbus Civic Center. Gray 2, black 2, and our gray-black inter-squad scrimmage that will round out on-ice activities for the first ever Columbus River Dragons training camp ahead of the inaugural season, the 2019-2020 FPHL campaign. 10 teams, 4 of them expansion franchises, your Columbus River Dragons. Their first opponents, they're on the road taking on the Delaware Thunder. They're also an expansion team. So 2 are the Danbury Hat-Tricks out of Connecticut and the Battle Creek Rumblebees out of Battle Creek, Michigan. They join the 6 returning teams from last year's FPHL champions, the Carolina Thunderbirds out of Winston-Salem, a Elmira Enforcers, who are the runners-up, and the first ever opponents here in the Columbus Civic Center for the River Dragons. That's on November 1st and 2nd. You can get your tickets, 706-507-GOAL. 706-507-4625. Of course, you can also get more information on anything River Dragons at rdragons.com, the letter rdragons.com. Elmira Enforcers, the Watertown Wolves, their fellow New York team. By the way, those 2 teams playing each other, set to drop the puck in about 7 minutes or so, with the Elmira Enforcers' first preseason game and only, and Watertown's second and last preseason game. Watertown beat the Delaware Thunder last night 6-1 in preseason action. After the New York teams, Port Huron is another Michigan-based team along with Battle Creek. The Port Huron Prowlers celebrating their 5th season in the FPHL. The men are Icebreakers out of Northeast Ohio and the Danville Dashers out of Danville, Illinois, the lone team in the Central Time Zone. And I say that knowing Columbus is pretty much spitting distance away from the Central Time Zone. Phoenix City doesn't technically recognize Central Time, I know, but if you just say all of Alabama is supposed to be Central Time, yeah, we can pretty much look into Alabama from the Civic Center. So Danville, Illinois, Danville Dashers, the only Central Time Zone team in the FPHL. For those of you new to the FPHL, just trying to get a lay of the land, that's a look at it. Of course, you heard Scott mention a couple of times, but unfortunately one time really live and hot, that about the SPHL and FPHL's relationship, what it means to both organizations and leagues to have a team like Columbus here. Again, we apologize for that. It is preseason for us up here, too. That will not stop me from getting roasted when I head back down into the office and see Scott Brand and a number of our different ownership and front office members as well. Once again, 2-2 the score here between black and gray. Gray had the first 2 goals of the game. They came 1 minute and 57 seconds apart, and both off the stick of Tim Santapalo. 8:44 for the first one. The second one, 10:41, as he just got that one to leak through Travis Ridgen. I believe the first one went past Jared Rutledge as well. And then we went to the second period. 13 seconds in, Ivan Bondarenko scored for black, but by that time we had a goalie change, and Ridgen was then playing for gray. So, unfortunately, tough night for Travis Ridgen. He's given up 2 goals. However, one was on each particular team. And then I think Pashevitz had given up the one that Jagger Williamson scored. That tied up the game, and it's where we currently sit at 2-2. Zamboni is still on the ice, so we'll take another break. When we come back, we'll get ready for that third and maybe final period of play. The way these 2 teams are playing, we could have some overtime in the inter-squad scrimmage. I'm sure the crowd of about 170 plus wouldn't mind that. But until then, we're going to take a break. This is Columbus River Dragons hockey on the official Columbus River Dragons YouTube page. Back here at the Columbus Civic Center, teams are heading back out for the third and maybe final stanza of this intra-squad scrimmage. Black 2, Gray 2. And I don't know if the coaches had prepped for overtime procedures or, maybe we were just doing penalty shots in general. It's a popular thing to do with an open scrimmage available to the public to get fans a little excited, show off the dangles, and see if you can get one by your teammates. As again, 34 players out there on the ice right now. And we heard Scott mention that we think the coaches are probably going to run a little bit of a leaner ship to start. Of course, you get a 25-man roster in the FPHL, but these coaches might cut it down to maybe about 20, 22 or so. Give themselves some wiggle room in case they do end up, securing some other player transaction the other way and not be hamstrung, at least early in the season. Of course, the season does start on October 25th. When we head up to Harrington, Delaware to take on the Delaware Thunder. You can catch that live right here on our YouTube page or on the Columbus River Dragons radio network. That would be 92.1 and 1420 WRCG. I want to thank the fine folks at PMB Broadcasting, who are partners for the season and are housing the network. And many of their other stations, we do a lot of different PR work with them. Some fine folks over there. So again, you can check us out here on YouTube or listening in your car if you're in the Columbus area, 92.1 and 1420 this season. Black moving right to left across your screen. Gray moving left to right. Fall is set to take this draw for Black. Over on the other side, it's going to be number 12, Philbin. So a little 12v12 to start the third period. Referee checks both netminders. Ridgen is in net for Black. Pashevitz is in net for Gray. Jared Rutledge sitting out, and we're going to scrap right away. All right, here we go for Black. This is Gino Mini, and going at it for Gray. I lost a number, but you can see they're going at it. Mini's got the higher up. It's MJ Graham there for Gray. They start scrapping. Graham gets on the inside there. Mini gets one last shot in. And not even a second went off the clock. The crowd in attendance absolutely loves it. Well, I think Scott called it. He said tempers were flared a little bit down there. Wouldn't be surprised to see a scrap, and there we just did. Gino Mini, number 16 for Black. MJ Graham for Gray, number 11. They'll both cool their blades for 5 minutes, and we'll act like we started this period all over again because there's still 20 minutes on the clock. Well, that was fun. Let's keep this going. And Shea Krupp goes over and fist pounds both guys because, again, inter-squad scrimmage, they're both your teammates, right? Even though we are still playing Black versus Gray. Ooh, an extra 2 went up. Well, 2 minutes to each. I guess fighting's only 2 in the inter-squad scrimmage. Who knows? Maybe they need to look at both those players. We'll find out later. Meanwhile, Gray with this puck in the offensive zone. Laporte dances in, left wing side, has it at the bottom of the circles. Couldn't get a stick on it. Now Ozelins will body him up over the right shoulder of Ridgen. Pass to the left point. Peshtuka holds this one in on the half wall. Back for Peshtuka. He fires a shot. Ridgen sticks that one up into the stands and out of play. 1933 left to go in period 3. 134 left to go in the matching minors? Question mark? It was definitely a fight, but I think head coach Gary Gill, VP of Hockey Ops Jerome Beachard, both manning the benches, probably said, hey, let them just sit for 2, because obviously you want to see these guys for as much as you possibly can, because those two have some very tough decisions to make coming up right after this game. And it will start the process of trimming the roster down. Gray holding this one in. Liarako's got a poke around a man, but now Mark Steele sends this one up to Jagger Williamson. He's got one of the goals in this game for Black. He's got the last goal in this game, actually. Jay Clark sending that one, took a deflection off a body, and Pashevitz had that one knock off his glove. Didn't expect it at all. Behind the net, little 15-on-15 action. Anderson will skate it away for Gray, up for Liarakos. He'll dump it in left wing side. It goes off the wall. Look out in front. Ridgen misplayed that one, and sending it wide of the net was Chad Herron. Now this one will come up for Black, 2-on-2 as they hit the line. Clark whiffed on the dump-in attempt, and now Gray trying to send it out to the neutral zone. They will. Weber, that puck moving a little bit slower on the ice than the players are expecting right now. They're overskating it. Dumped in by Ozelins for Black, set back the other way by Gray. To the Black blue line, will be collected by Lougheed. Lougheed for Ozelins, 35 seconds left to go in the penalties, even though we are skating 5-on-5, so they'll probably get out once those 2 minutes end and a whistle. Look out, Peshtuka back the other way, 2-on-1 with a man. Peshtuka right circle, just missed it, blocker side on Ridgen behind the net. Ridgen was covering the far post, able to deny Taggart. A battle on the right point, got around Peshtuka, did Austin Weber, he's 1-on-1 going against Johnson. Weber fires, that one caught, Pashevitz up high in the rebound, given up, battled there by Sage Citrone, and he couldn't bury it. Pashevitz will collect it in his equipment and take the whistle. 18:07 left to go in the third, 8 seconds left and a whistle needed before our combatants, Gino Mini and MJ Graham, are going to come out of the penalty box. We assume. We hadn't heard what fighting protocol meant in training camp, at least in the inter-squad scrimmage game. Near side, Graham with it here. And tries to send it out. All right, work on that. Meanwhile, back to the play here. 2-on-2 battle in the far side corner in the gray end. Cody Oakes trying to pick it out of feet. Oakes working through. Chemeka eventually works it up ahead for Gray, and now they're back the other way, 2-on-2. Justin on sides? No. As Taggart couldn't keep his foot on the blue paint. And it will go for an offsides call. And we'll get a neutral zone draw, and out of the box, there they come, both Mini and MJ Graham. Back underway, 17:20 left to go here in the third period. Black 2, Gray 2. Shots on goal in this one, Gray 25, Black 22. Gray has had the shot lead for pretty much the entire game, but Black has hung with them, especially with those 2 goals in the second period on the scoreboard as well. Evans tries to skate it into the zone, knocked off his stick on the blue line. Now here's Laporte with it, he'll dump it in. That took a weird bounce off the glass. Ridgen had to jump right back into his crease and prevent a potential attack there from Gray. This one held in by Gray. Look out, Chudley, high slot, fires it, and a blocker save made there by Ridgen. Collected in the corner by Philbin. Philbin trying to feed Santa Paulo. He's looking for a hat trick in the inter-squad scrimmage. This one played off the glass by Pease and will be found now by Gray. Santa Paulo 2-on-2 as he hits the line, left wing side. Santa Paulo thought about leaving it. Now a pass across, knocked away by Ozelins, and here's Mark Steele. Steele ahead for Weber. Getting on his horse to join the play is Jay Clark. Shot coming in. Pashevitz the save, gets it in the glove and gives up no rebound. 16:20 left to go in period 3. Black 2, Gray 2. Once again, I want to thank everyone listening in and watching it, I guess, on YouTube, but especially listening as we've been working out many different kinks in the audio-video system. Thankfully, the video's been pretty good tonight. The audio's had some issues. Look out, off the face-off. Pashevitz was in some danger right there. Weber had a puck right in front of him, tried to send it in, put a little couple pokes on the goalie, and Brent Menton didn't really like that, and those two went to the boards together. So again, hopefully we got this all fixed. Let's have a smooth rest of the third period, everybody. Pashevitz takes another shot off the stick, right off the face-off, and Black all of a sudden looking pretty menacing. Winning those last 2 face-offs was Sage Citrone out of Anaheim Hills, California. Citrone points where he wants Ozelins. Another face-off. Citrone wins it, gets it to Ozelins. Backhand, dumps it down behind the net. Citrone giving chase, but Santa Paulo will get there first for Gray. Santa Paulo up the right wing side. Chad Herron with it now. Herron trying to pass across. Right circle, fires, glove save made there by Ridgen as he saw that one through a little bit of traffic on the rush. 16:02 left to go in period 3. Gray 2, Black 2. No goals to speak of in this period. Gray had the first 2 via Tim Santapalo. Then Black 13 seconds into the second, Ivan Bondarenko. And then 11:54 into the second, Jagger Williamson. Face off to the left of Ridgen. Tied up. Black will eventually win it through the feet of Fallis, but Leorakos intercepted a pass and just sent it wide to the far post, past the glove hand of Ridgen. This one will be dumped into the gray zone. Black's in on a delayed offside, so they have to touch up. 15:45 left to go here in regulation. Liarakos dumping this one back. Peshduka hits the red line, full of speed. Ahead for Liarakos, 3-on-3 as he hits the line. Backhand from the right circle, just inside and wide of the far post. Big slam into the boards there as taking a hit was Chad Herron. Giving him that hit, Edgar Zozelinch. Now Herron with it left circle, fires, glove save made by Ridgen. Fought that one off as a couple of players are trying to crash into the crease, but Ridgen hangs on and gives up no rebound. 15:26 left to go in period 3. Black 2, gray 2. A gray offensive zone draw coming up to the right of Ridgen. Mike Thomas set to take this draw against Jake Howie. Thomas wins it for Gray. Left circle, firing a shot, blocked up high. Thomas left it behind the net. Looked like he misplayed it with the stick. Taggart trying to get a hold of it, and Howie can't skate it out of the zone. Now he will. One touch pass, gets it over to Zach Pease. Pease, left wing side, couldn't give it back to Howie as he was trying to crash into the slot. Now up the far wall. This one goes past Lougheed. No icing here as Black played it down, and Ridgen will come out along the far wall to play it. Sends it to the neutral zone, and pass eventually connects with the Black stick. Here's Lougheed. Giving it back now for Ozelins. Now back for Lougheed. Near side circle in his own end. 14:45 left to go in the third. This one dumped down, and Pashevitz stays in his crease for the icing call. So Black will have to endure another defensive zone draw here in this one as Gray will change up the lines. Black not able to change, respecting the hybrid icing rules that the FPHL uses, much like all professional leagues do, and that you can't change off an icing. Philbin going to take this draw against Howie. He wins it clean to the left point. Evans fires. Tried to go for a deflection as it was low to the ice, but no dice. Philbin fires this one to the middle. That one blocked away. Now another chance coming in as Laporte whistled one wide to the top left corner. Evans has it at the left point. Gets it to Chudley. Chudley dances around a man, fires, and goes wide past the blocker hand on Ridgen. Right point held in by Menton. His shot deflected loose, and they score! Gray gets one in on the stick of one of the new guys, Jimmy Philbin. Came into camp late, but makes a difference right now as Gray leads 3-2. 14:21 left to go in the third. Gray reestablishes their lead. How will Black respond? Because they had to deal with a lot of defensive zone draws in that last couple of minutes. Sequence by sequence went by. Ridgen was making saves, but eventually he cracked right there, and Gray on their 28th shot gets goal number 3. Puck is down. We're back underway. Gray with possession of it, but Liarakos knocked off of him by number 7, Jay Clark, the Fortson, Georgia native for the Black team. This one sent ahead off the stick of Clark, so no icing as it was deflected in. Weber takes it behind the net, feeds it to Clark, has to pick it out of his own feet. Anderson bodying him up. Now here's Weber, left circle. To the right point, Ozelins. Left point, just held in on the blue by Mark Steele. This one banged off the right wing corner. Peshduka given a shot there. Sage Citrone picks up the scraps. Citrone, right wing circle. Off the boards, able to get it to Clark. Now he rims it behind Weber. Shot and a goal! Oh my, what a shot there from Sage Citrone. And that is a nice play showing off some of the early chemistry behind the net from Austin Weber, and Sage Citrone buried it. Wasn't even thinking about it on that one-timer. Nice instincts. So Sage Citrone at the 6:18 mark, 39 seconds after the game was untied by Tommy Philbin. We're back to an even score line, this time 3-3. Howie going to take the draw against Santa Paulo. Howie wins it clean, gives his opposite centerman a little shove after the fact too. D-to-D pass is errant. Santa Paulo will slam it in behind the net as Black will pick this one up. Howie passing across. It's in the feet of one of the defenders there. Looked like that was Gustin. Now this one's going to get sent out to the gray-blue line. Collected by Santa Paulo now at the black-blue line. Sends this one in. Cross-ice dump. Right wing side. It's collected by number 13, Mark Steele. Steele trying to go up with it. Howie couldn't get it away from Santa Paulo. Now to the middle. This one knocked away as in the slot Chad Herron was looking to bury one. Behind the net, Gino Mini getting this one ahead. Right wing side. Passing back, Mini fires from the point. Save made by Pashevitz. Not much traffic in front of him, but still a little bit. And the former Arizona State product makes a good save. 12:53 left to go in period 3. Gray 3, Black 3. It's been a very entertaining contest. Remember, this period opened up with a fight between Gino Mini and MJ Graham. MJ Graham set to take this draw against Chase Follis. To the left of Pashevitz, won by Black. Cody Oakes, ooh, that one hopped up weird on the kick plate, and Oakes couldn't find it. Held in right point. Ozelins fires. He hit Oakes with it, trying to screen Pashevitz. Still in the zone for Black. Gustin, left point, behind the net for Oakes. Battling away with it. Now Follis picks it out of feet. Jake Krupp at the high slot. Pass to Gustin, and he can't hold it in left point as the pass was just too far for the Arizona native, and then he gets slammed down to the boards. Cody Oakes coming in to give a counter shot to Taggart to make up for it, and Graham absolutely denied by Ridgen on a 2-on-1, and we get a whistle, and I think that puck might have hopped out of play. A little bit of confusion down on ice level too as to what happened there, but MJ Graham taking a pass as he was streaking in right side of the slot was able to deny it. Yeah, I think the referee's pointing that yes, that would have gone out of play. Meanwhile, heading off the ice for Black, Seth Gustin, after he took that hit from Taggart. Hoping to see him be all right. Commissioner's Cup champion with last year's Carolina Thunderbirds squad, now a Columbus River Dragon. MJ Graham with this right wing side in the corner, battling with a couple of Black bodies, and among them Sage Citron, who has the last goal in this one to tie us up 3-3. Ozelins trying to get it out. Peshtuka holds it in left point. Pass off the wall. Taggart right circle. Fires, and that one a slow ball, and that one able to be sticked away by Ridgen. Taggart didn't get everything he wanted on it. Now he's got it left wing side. Taggart to the middle. Shot blocker save made there as denied was Colin Chemeka. Now Evans will fire. That's a brave block right there by Lougheed, preventing it from getting to the net, but that one will go into the net as Gray scores again. It's Taggart picking up a rebound and knocking a bouncing puck into the cage. 4-3 Gray, 11:42 left to go in the third. So goals starting to fly in now in this one as Gray has a goal 2 minutes after the Citron goal answered by Taggart. Faceoff will come at center ice there. Connor Taggart, obviously no relation to Willie Taggart for those down here in SEC country, but Taggart is an ACC coach. Taggart out of Broomfield, Colorado. Played club hockey in the ACHA at Northern Colorado. So he, along with Cody Oakes, a couple of Colorado guys trying to make this squad this season. Backhand to the middle. Gray battling on it. Black with bodies in the center, and they're able to skate it away. As this one will be chipped ahead by Krupp. Couldn't get it to Follis, and now it'll be found by Mike Thomas. Thomas getting it ahead. Here's Laporte. Laporte right circle. Fires. That one just went past the glove hand of Ridgen and wide. Chase Follis racing after this one. Brent Menton just gets in front of him for Gray. Sends this one down the length. This one will go for icing against the Gray team. They will not be able to change. And Black will have an offensive zone draw. Those are a little rare in this period for them with 11 minutes left to go in the third. Faceoff will come to the left of Pashevitz. In to take it, Jagger Williamson. And he'll go against Tommy Philbin. Won by Black. Howie fires a shot deflected and getting a stick on it. Going the wrong way off the deflection. Pashevitz now loose in the middle. Howie fires. Save made. It bounced around and somehow stayed out. Black buzzing right now is with this puck is Zach Pease. Working it into the corner. Howie had that one go by him in a tie-up. And now it'll be found by Philbin. Philbin challenged behind the net by Williamson. Now he'll race after it as it's collected far wall by Gray. With this puck, here's Halechsi. Halechsi being bothered for it. Out of the scrum with it comes Philbin. Philbin takes a big hit from Williamson as he crossed the blue line there, and he'll feel that one. Meanwhile, right circle, firing a shot wide is Jack Chudley. This one will go all the way out to the neutral zone, collected by Yuri Peshtuka at his own blue line. About halfway through this third period, Gray 4, Black 3. The current decider at the 8:18 mark belongs to Connor Taggart. Right wing corner, dancing around a couple of bodies. Couldn't get a shot on net, though. That looks like off the stick of Zach Pease, and now he'll head off for a change. Sage Citrone jumps off in his place. He's with it at the left point. Chudley couldn't get it out past him, and now Black had possession, but it'll dump down into the corner for Gray. On the far side wall, this one sent the length of the ice, but no icing as it took a deflection. Black comes back, 3-on-2, midway through, firing Jay Clark, and that one high up and out of play over the head of Pashevitz. 9:37 left to go in period 3. Gray 4, Black 3. Shots on goal, Gray still leads in that department, 31-27. They've had the lead pretty much throughout the entire night. And we'll have a goalie change for the final 9:37. It looks like Ridgen's going to come out, and Jared Rutledge will be manning the pipes for the Black team. So if you're Black, at the very least, you're feeling good about that. You got a fresh goaltender in there, as Ridgen had been peppered with shots in that third period, and he did give up 2 in this one. And I guess, if you're keeping score at home in the traditional baseball sense, I guess he's in line for the loss, but they've traded teams, these two goalies, so it's been a little tricky to follow along. Right now, Pashevitz defending for Gray and Rutledge defending for Black. Pashevitz took a whistle there, and we'll get a draw to his left with 9:18 left to go in period 3. Check that, we'll do the draw to his right. Chase Follis will take the draw against MJ Graham. Follis wins it clean, left point, Lougheed fires a shot. Pashevitz couldn't see it, but it went wide to the far post. Ooh, Ozelin's caught that one right in the face as it hopped up off a stick, and he's slow to get back into the play. Meanwhile, Gray 3-on-2, firing, and they score! Chad Herron absolutely buries one, top right corner past Rutledge, and Gray gets an insurance goal right there. 9:05 left to go in the third, and it's 5-3. So Chad Herron, who we're not really keeping track of assists up here, but we would say he probably has at least one helper on the Gray goals, thinking back to Santa Paulo's second. So I'd say he has a multi-point night for himself as he's got the insurance tally. 10:55 into the third, and it's 5-3 Gray team. Black's got to get on their horse now. And his right wing side with this Krupp, going to pass to the middle to Follis. Follis trying to get it to Cody Oakes. He had his stick tied up, and that pass wouldn't connect. Now Lougheed back in his own zone. Going across, he finds Mark Steele, sending it up. Jay Krupp knocked away. Follis at the Gray blue line, couldn't settle that puck, and the Gray defense will take over as Follis heads off for a change. 8:35 left to go in period 3. Gray 5, Black 3 here at the Black-Gray Inter-Squad Scrimmage at the Columbus Civic Center. Thank you, everybody, for joining in, whether you're watching here in the building with us or following along on YouTube. We appreciate every single one of you. And, of course, if you're on YouTube right now, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a lot of great content coming out in this inaugural season for the Columbus River Dragons. Left wing side, Jagger Williamson. He's got one goal in this game. Fires a shot. That one looked like it was blocked by Ethan Anderson. Now this one will be sent down to neutral ice, collected by Cody Oakes off the bench, and the door opened up. So back in the Gray offensive zone, there was a check near the corner, and a door opened up. I thought maybe that might have been a too many men on the ice call, but nope, player safety, got to keep those doors shut. And we'll do a draw right at center ice. 8:06 left to go in period 3. Gray 5, Black 3. Jake Howie directing some traffic here for the Black team. He'll win that draw clean. Back to Lougheed at his own blue line. Lougheed, D-to-D pass, finds Ozelins. Ozelins going now for Williamson. Williamson, left wing side. He'll backhand this one down behind the net. Menton trying to slap at it, taken away by Black. With this puck now, Zach Pease. Right point, Ozelins fires. Save made, loose. It's still there in the paint, and Pashevitz finds it. Menton came back to play goalie as that puck squirted between Pashevitz's pads after he made the save. Ozelin's got a lot on it, and Pashevitz stopped 95% of it, and thankfully for him, it did not cross that red line. It remains 5-3 Gray, 7:43 left to go in the third. Howie trying a nice little move at center to get away from a man, but it did not work. Lowy took a big shot at the left point from Mike Thomas. Lost his stick, now he picks it up. Behind the net, Tim Santapalo with this one, giving it off to Garrett Johnson. Johnson being bothered by Weber. Weber took it away from him. Black's got a chance here, right circle. Weber to the point. Minnie fires, deflected there in the middle by Zach Pease, and it just went wide of the near post. Sage Citrone being bothered for this one. He's got the last Black goal in this game. This one sending up to the far side. Now Santa Paula will collect it in neutral ice. He'll dump it in from the red line after looking down at a 1-on-3 and go off for a change. 7 minutes left to go in period 3. Jay Clark takes a shot, rims it around the boards behind his own net. Now is going to work it ahead. It'll be collected by Weber. Ooh, Weber took a bit of a low hit right there, lost the puck, and here's MJ Graham with it. Graham, left circle, full out of steam, leaves it in the corner. Pass across to Evans, knocked away by Weber, and he's in a foot race with the Gray defense. Gray was going to win that one thanks to the speed of Yuri Peshtuka, and now Black will start up a change here. Peshtuka keeps that speed going. Left wing side, trying to drop it off at the point. A little bit sloppy with that pass as it's knocked out by Chase Fallis into the neutral zone. Collected by Krupp. He gets on his horse. Left wing side, ahead for Bonarenko. Bonarenko for Fallis in right side, and the pass wasn't in his wheelhouse, otherwise he was in all alone. That one went wide of the near post. Krupp diving at that puck, couldn't do anything with it, but Black's defense will collect back in their own end. Low heat, ahead for Mark Steele. Krupp one touches it to Fallis. He's got 3-on-3 as he hits the blue line. Bonarenko, high slot. Krupp, the deflection shot from the right circle, goes wide of the far post. Fallis battling there with Evans. Those two grappling each other's sticks. Krupp in the middle on the backhand, got taken down, as stronger on his skates right there. Looked like that was MJ Graham. Here's Graham with the puck now, right wing side. He'll dump this one in. Rutledge will slow it up for Mark Steele. 5:45 left to go here in the third period. Gray 5, Black 3. Lougheed lost it. Liarakos over left circle, firing well high over the crossbar off the stick of Chad Herron, who was looking for his second. Williamson rims this one around. It's collected now by Lougheed. He lost it and gives it back to Steele now behind the Black net. 5:20 and counting here in the third period. Black is down by a couple. Lougheed trying to go ahead for Pease. Check that, that's Jake Howie. That one went over his stick. Gray looks like they've iced the puck, but they were winning the race, so Rutledge will come out to play it. Near side boards, Williamson flips it out to neutral ice. Now look out, full head of steam. Zach Pease trying to win a race. He's ahead, but shoulder to shoulder, battling there with Brent Menton, and the puck will leak to Pashevitz, who will cover it up for a whistle. Gotta love the hustle right there of Zach Pease. Hasn't really had anything to show for it on the score sheet himself. Maybe has a secondary assist somewhere in there. Again, we're not keeping track of them up here in the booth, and our scorers are all the way on the other side of the ice. So, not sure if he does, but Pease is showing off a lot of heart, a lot of hustle in this one with his team down 2. Citrone to the right point. Oslins fired a crafty shot. Jay Clark trying to get it to the middle, and Citrone, that pass wouldn't connect. All the way down it goes. Rutledge will play it from inside his own crease. This one taken by Minnie, gives a little shoulder counter check over to Colin Chemeka. Chemeka will give it right back in the corner. Now Santa Paula feeds it over. Peshtuka fires. Save made by Rutledge. Right wing corner to the center point and can't be held in, as coming off the bench was Ethan Anderson, and he couldn't settle a rolling puck. 4:15 and counting left to go here in the third period. Santa Paula will dump this one in from the right side of red. Gustin, good to see him back out on the ice, as he has it now back behind his own net. Gustin ahead for Weber from the red line. He'll dump this one in. Behind the net, this one will be settled by Pashevitz and collected by his teammates. Ethan Anderson moving this one up. That one just went through the stick of Laporte, it looked like. Check that, I think that's Halecki. Yeah, it is Halecki, and he has it behind the net now. Halecki trying to wrap around, knocked away by Cody Oakes. Oakes still being bothered by Halecki as the Colorado native is taking his time. Now he sends it cross ice, couldn't get it through the legs of Anderson, who knocks that pass away, and Oakes gives him a good open ice check just to make up for it. Offsides against Gray is the call, and we will get a stoppage. 3:35 left to go in period 3. Gray 5, Black 3. Black pushing the pace a little bit, still down on shots though. 32-30 is the count right now in favor of the Gray team. MJ Graham wins the neutral zone draw. Evans will dump that one in from the right side of red. Rutledge leaves it there for Mark Steele. Steele at the far circle will pass it behind his net. Near circle for Lougheed. He'll go back behind the net for Steele. The two defense are playing a long distance game of catch. And now Lougheed trying to work it ahead to Oakes. It knocked off his body, and Gray will collect. Here's MJ Graham dumping this one into the zone. Behind the net it goes. This one will be found by Lougheed. Lougheed going ahead for Fallis. Fallis now to Krupp, right wing side. He'll dump this one in. Krupp a bouncer. That one was in on Pashevitz. He had to glove it. And he'll take a whistle as Cody Oakes, charging in hard, was able to get an offensive zone draw for his team as they make a change with exactly 3 minutes left to go in the third period. Gray 5, Black 3. Does Black think about pulling the netminder anytime soon? Right now, VP of Hockey Operations Jerome Beachard is manning that bench. Head coach Gary Gill is manning the Gray bench. I guess that makes sense. Black for Boom Boom, Gray for Gary. Behind the net, Peshtuka trying to work this one out of his own zone. Liarakos sends it ahead, pass wouldn't connect. Now here's Howie, 3-on-3 as he hits the line for Black. Howie, left wing side at the hash marks. Behind the net it goes for Williamson. Williamson, weird bounce off the kick plate, able to stay with it, but takes a body check from Peshtuka. Howie tries to send it to the middle. Peshtuka stick knocks it away, and a spinning backhand by Pease is easily handled there by Pashevitz. Liarakos hits a man, gets the puck, sends it out to the red line. 2:25 left to go in the third. Rutledge taking a peek over at VP of Hockey Operations Jerome Beachard. Now here's Austin Weber with it, left wing side. Weber, 2-on-3 as he hits the line. Weber fires, blocker save made. Oh, that one hopped off the top of the net after a fortunate bounce off the glass for Black, and it does stay out. Blocker save from the right point as Gustin tried his luck from long distance. Now MJ Graham in a one-on-one battle with Gustin, and look at the stick from the Arizona native to knock that one into the corner. Graham still with it, though, strong on his skates, and a secondary check by Jay Clark will alleviate that scoring chance for Gray. Liarakos battling it hard on the far wall. He'll give chase, knocked away though by the strong stick of Gino Mini. Mini, who played his college hockey at Oakland University in the ACHA, moves it over right wing side. It'll be collected by Black, dumped in as they need to go off for a change. Citrone battling in hard. Gray's able to move it out, though. Icing is on, and they say no, but Rutledge was on his way to the bench, so they say he was out of his crease, thus no icing. Tough call there against Black. We play on. 1:15 left to go in the third. Lougheed being bothered there by Chemeka. Couldn't get the puck out. Now far side. The shot comes in, loose in the middle, and Chemeka couldn't find it in his feet. Here's Fallis with the near side corner. With 1 minute left to go in the third. Rutledge skating out of his crease right now. He'll come over for the extra attacker. 6-on-5 for Black for the last 55 seconds. Right circle shot save made by Pashevitz as Fallis dumped that one off nicely for Zach Pease. A correction on that one. That was Weber on that shot, not Pease. Black finally taking the lead in shots on goal. That was their 33rd. Gray stands tall at 32. Of course, Gray with a number that matters right now, up 5-3 with 52.3 left to go in this one. Face-off, won by Gray, dumped down, cross ice. This will go for icing if they win the race, and they do, as Mark Steele is ahead of Sam Halechsi. Gray may be getting a little greedy, up 2, empty net down there, trying to get themselves on the score sheet. Of course, really, when you think about it, 45 seconds left to impress head coach Gary Gill and VP of Hockey Ops Jerome Beachard, as they have some tough decisions to make coming up tonight and getting the roster whittled down to just where they like it by midweek. Icing is on once again here against Gray, as Steele again in front of Halechsi. 37.3 left to go now in the third. Gray 5, Black 3. Gray has been winning some defensive zone draws, and give a lot of credit to Tim Santapalo, who has had a phenomenal game. He had the first 2 goals for Gray. He's winning a lot of key faceoffs right now. He wins another one, but it goes off Peshtuka's leg to the middle. Jake Howie didn't have a black shirt in front. Now Mark Steele fires left point. That one wide. Lougheed behind the net. Ooh, took a weird bounce off the kick plate. Still with it, though, there is Bonarenko. He couldn't do anything with it. And now a shot high off some bodies and never found Pashevitz. Mark Steele gloves one out of the air, but he's in the neutral zone. Black has to regroup. Here's Zach Pease coming in, right wing side. 12 seconds left to go in the third. A shot sticked away by Pashevitz. Behind the net, Peshtuka didn't get there first. Weber has it. Now to the right point. Firing a shot. Lougheed save made off the backboard. Krupp couldn't do anything with it. Mark Steele, his shot blocked, and that will do it. Gray comes away with the 5-3 win in the first ever Gray-Black inter-squad scrimmage. And that will end the on-ice activities for our 2019-2020 training camp. Unless they want to do some penalty shots. I'm not opposed to that. know it's a fan favorite, but looks like the way everyone's lining up to shake hands, I think we're through that. And now everybody going to salute the crowd here, both gray and black. A great showing for a tropical storm rolling through. I think we had some tornado warnings back in the first period that we didn't get to you guys. We apologize for that. It's been a wacky day and night here in Columbus, but it ends off with some hockey, and that's always a good thing here in this town. So gray 5, black 3 is your final. We'll take a quick 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll put a bow on this one and tell you about all the different ways you can hear us as we get ready for the 2019-2020 season that will start up on Friday in Harrington, Delaware. Until then, this is Columbus River Dragons Hockey on the River Dragons YouTube page. Well, the handshakes continue down on the ice. For many of them, shaking the hands of what will be their current teammates. For some, the dream does end here tonight, as now Gary Gill, Jerome Beechard, all eyes on them as they figure out how to whittle down this roster to exactly the way they want it. As the opening night of the FPHL season is 6 days away. Of course, the Columbus River Dragons are on the road to start the year, October 25th and 26th 25th and 26th in Harrington, Delaware, taking on the fellow expansion franchise, the Delaware Thunder, and then back home November 1st and 2nd against the Elmira Enforcers. Last year's runner-up in the FPHL. Should be an absolutely phenomenal game. Elmira brings a very star-studded roster for this league into that game. And, of course, we'll see how the Columbus roster takes shape after tonight, tomorrow, and probably a few more tougher decisions as they get ready for the midweek roster deadline. Gray wins this game 5-3, though. Let's give you the quick scoring summary. Gray's first 2 goals come from Tim Santapalo, first at 8:44, next at 10:41, so 2 goals a minute and 57 seconds apart. Gray took a 2-0 lead into the first period locker room, but then Black came out strong with a goal 13 seconds in by Ivan Bondarenko, and then about midway through the period, it was Jagger Williamson tying up the game. Then we saw a nice flurry of goals, first from Gray at the 5:39 mark, when it was Jimmy Philbin who scored his only goal in this one. I want to apologize. I think I called him Tommy Philbin a couple of times in this game. It's Jimmy Philbin. So Jimmy Philbin got his goal, but then 39 seconds later, it was Sage Citrone out of Anaheim Hills, California, who scored to tie it up 3-3. 2 minutes after him, though, it was Connor Taggart who gets the eventual game-winning goal at the 8:18 mark of the third period, and then wrapping it all up at 10:55, the insurance goal scored by Chad Herron, who had a couple of helpers on other great goals in this one. So if you're really looking at a top 3 players of the game, I don't know if you can give it really 3 stars, just because obviously goalies kind of traded places, but you got to look at guys like Tim Santapalo, Chad Herron. I thought Zach Pease had a pretty good game, so too did Sage Citrone. But, of course, not my decisions. We look now to Jerome Beechard and Gary Gill, who will be making those roster decisions as they get ready for the opener, which is, again, 6 days away. That'll do it for us from the Columbus Civic Center. Next time you'll hear us, we'll be here on YouTube. No, it won't be on YouTube, actually. Next time on YouTube, you'll hear us be on November 1st with our first home game of the season against Elmira. Of course, you will hear us on 92.1 and 1420 WRCG in the Columbus area, as we'll be live from Harrington, Delaware, giving you all games, home, away, and neutral, on the radio, thanks to our partners at PMB Broadcasting. I'm Zach DeBozart. For my partner tonight, Scott Brand, who was with us for a little bit in the broadcast, and Diego Wilson, who was running the camera, doing a great job, also helping out with some of the technical difficulties that we endured. Hey, it was preseason for us, too. We're working out those kinks, and we'll be better for you, ready to go 100% when we get to Delaware in a couple of days. Thanks for listening. Have a good night, everyone. This has been Columbus River Dragons Hockey and the